Hello, everyone, and welcome to Claret and Booze. My name's Nick. Going to have a positive show today. Going to have a positive show. You've probably all seen it. It's been reported everywhere now. News only broke probably about half an hour ago at the time of recording this. But it's now been confirmed by Romano. He's given the old here we go. Crescencio Summerville, the guy who plays for Leeds, who are not in the Premier League. My mistake yesterday. Also, Man United not in the Champions League either. Summerville... it looks like it's done. His medical is booked. We've agreed a deal in excess of 25 million plus add-ons for the right-footed left winger. That doesn't complete our forward line, but that stops us shoehorning players out on the left-hand side, sending them out there to die. We've now got what we've got on the right-hand side on the left. And do you know what? I didn't know much about this player. I did confess on the show yesterday that I haven't watched much Championship football. I really haven't. And... I've just showreeled him, all right? I'm gonna hold my hands up. I've showreeled him. It's about a 12-minute showreel from last season. Oh my god, oh my god, he's phenomenal, phenomenal. Honestly, this kid he just fucking runs. He runs at defenders. Very, very. The way is very like a Kudus Bowen hybrid. Gets his head down, takes on defenders. He can finish. You know, he does do that thing where he sort of runs down the left, cuts in onto his right foot. He's got a lovely shot on him as well. Just very fast, rapid. That does make me salivate. I've got to be honest. It really, really does. Now, look, before I go any further, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Drop a like on the video because it does really help us. As I always say, it tells the YouTube algorithm to share it around. And that caps off a wonderful day for me as well. I've had a rough 5 days, all right? I'm not going to go into it too much. Anyone who knows, watches the channel, you know I love me dogs. Well, one of me dogs ain't been well for 5 days. Went in for a procedure, and he's back out. He's made it. He's made it through. So I've come home, cracked open a beer. Henry's good. You know, I was just about to go on another moan about how West Ham ain't signed any players again. And then you read that, you know? It's been a lovely Wednesday. It's been a lovely Wednesday so far. It really has. No, honestly, that is a fantastic signing. I'm going to try and not get too caught up in the Füllkrug thing. I'm still kind of pinning my hopes to the fact that it's smoke and mirrors to try and force Aston Villa to accept our offer. It might work, it might not. I don't know. I still think we're going to get Duran. If we get Füllkrug, we get Füllkrug. Fine, whatever. It wouldn't be fine, not for me. But this is a great signing. It is. I was kind of fuming earlier on because you know I learned that. Nottingham Forest had signed Jota Silva, so my song is now officially dead. That's the main reason I wanted him. But no, he looked like a good player as well, and it was quite cheap. It was €7 million plus 3 million in add-ons, and I thought, what is going on here? We're seeing Sule go to Roma. It's been never-ending, really. We're seeing sort of targets start to disappear. The window's starting to disappear, and then all of a sudden, bang, just like that, We've pulled one out the bag, and, you know, I've been saying it the whole way through. Please prove me wrong, West Ham. Please prove me wrong. That's a start. That is a wonderful start. That player almost completes our forward line. If you allow yourself to think for a moment, midfield upwards, Alvarez at the base, Kudus and Paqueta in a pivot, you know, the 10 and the 8. You've got Bowen on the right-hand side. You've got Summerville on the left-hand side. And just say we get Duran. That's a terrifying team. Absolutely terrifying. You know, Alvarez, you know, he turned up at the airport in Florida, very surprised everyone. Apparently he was walking freely. It doesn't mean that he's fit, but he's obviously not crippled. You know, he's obviously okay. So we could be seeing Alvarez start to make the start of the season, which would be unbelievable because he's important. Alvarez is incredibly important. I don't care what anyone says. So if we've got that team to face Aston Villa at the start of the season, that'd be amazing. Now, Füllkrug. I've got a bit of a theory on Füllkrug. Could it be smoke and mirrors, or could this be a player that we was always going to sign? Because we know that the rumour is that we've been looking to move on Danny Ings and Antonio. So we do need strength in depth in the forward areas. They're two completely different players. You know, Duran wouldn't feel threatened by a Füllkrug, or vice versa. They're completely different. They've got different qualities. And we know that Lopetegui isn't kind of one of those one-size-fits-all managers. It depends who you're playing. Will kind of depend what the personnel is and the shape that you play and stuff like that. So maybe this was the plan all along, to go out and get Fulkrug, because we know that, as I've said in the show yesterday, there's long-standing links with Tim, who was in the director of football team at Werder Bremen, and Maximilian Hahn, who's at Werder Bremen. So they knew about this player anyway. Look, he's a. I'm not going to say he's crap. I won't say he's not a cart horse, by the way, because I do call that style of striker a cart horse. I do. They're not mobile. They're good in the air. I just think that's, he's a top quality, top class cart horse. And he is very good. He's a good goal scorer. He's also got quite a lot of assists as well. If you look at his statistics from last season, I think he's got like 12 assists or something like that. So yeah, look, he's a good player. He plays for the German national team. He's 31. If we were to bring him in and move on Danny Ings or Antonio, and also bring Duran in, I don't think anyone would be complaining. I might have a little bit of an issue if he was brought in to be our primary striker, because yeah, you could say with all that pace around him, he could knit it all together, because he is a bit of a link-up player. You know, he could be the one that holds the ball up and all those players could be running off of him. It could work. I don't know. None of us really know what Lopetegui ball is. Not really. We've done a little bit of reading on it. You know, it's what he did at Wolves is slightly different to what he did at Sevilla. So who knows if he's going to implement any of that at West Ham. He might not have a set style. It might be something that he's devised just for this team. So we don't really know how he's going to play until we see it all unfold. But what I do know is that issue that we had with pace in this team, adding Summerville to the mix that dramatically improves us in that area. It really does. You know, just having him bombing on down that left-hand side. I mean, who are you going to mark? If you've got Kudus running at the defenders from through the middle, if you've got Bowen running at them on the right-hand side, you've got him on the left, and then, please, God, if we can land Duran, you've got him doing the same thing up front. How do you defend against that? You know? The Aaron Wan-Bissaka deal rumbles on. No one really knows where we are with that. I don't know. It probably will happen. It probably will. I mean, this has worked to a degree. I think the deal was around about 30 million when you include clauses for Summerville. So we did bid 20. It did get knocked back because they wanted 40, and they've obviously met us in the middle. So that's fine. It's fantastic news. Like I said to you, I didn't really know much about this player prior to today. But the show reel, I'll put the link to the show reel if you haven't seen it. You've probably all seen it already. But my God, he is unbelievable. Phenomenal. That's what he is. Phenomenal. So no, I'm very happy. My dog's all right. West Ham have signed a dynamic forward player. We're linked with a German that I'm not sure about, but I'll be happy with him. I mean, if we sign Fulkrug, in addition to Duran, I'll be over the moon. Maybe I've just got to be a little bit more patient. Give him a couple more weeks. Please, continue proving me wrong, West Ham. It does look, I feel much brighter. It uplifts doesn't it lift your spirits? It does. You know, and he's exactly the type of player that we all love. Tricky little winger. Exactly what we want. Anyway, look, that is it from me. I just wanted to come on air and just, give you a bit of a different show. Happy Nick. Good times. Right, okay. Cheers, everyone. Speak to you soon. Come on, you irons.